Hello and welcome to this slightly migraine-inducing jubilee episode of The Old World Lives, a Warhammer Fantasy Podcast. With me tonight, I have Jimmy.
Hello.
And someone who hasn't been on for quite a while. And let's hope he's actually managed to stay on for the recording. Say hello, Jens.
Hello, Jens.
That's great. And
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to mod it a bit and make it actually sound like Jens and not just a voice actor this time.
I get paid either way.
This is true. For some reason, he's the only one that gets paid. I'm not sure how he worked that deal in, because we generate no money whatsoever. This podcast is broke pretty much all the time, but Jens still get paid. I'm not sure how.
I have a deal with Pornhub. I upload this and I just cash in the money.
And we're off to a good start. So, what have you been doing this past, what is it, like a year, Jens?
Lots of stuff. I've gotten like almost all of my orc army done, and half a wood elf army, and I don't know, stuff in general. Getting shit done.
Nice.
And buying stuff. I bought I think I have 15 rugged armored orcs that I'm probably going to paint someday, and some squigs, and some dwarfs, and some empire stuff. So I'm just going ham. Square base 2020.
Have your hands full, it seems.
Oh yeah, and no time to paint. So great plan.
Yet you claim you have no time to paint, and you're probably one that finished the most out of all of us.
Yes, that's because I do not sleep.
Oh, so you live by taking power naps.
Yes, I sleep on the floor for like 5 minutes, and then I'm good to paint for an hour, and then I get to sleep on the floor some more.
Something tells me that's not actually sleeping, it's just passing out from exhaustion.
Same.
As long as the results work.
Yeah, as long as I'm not going crazy. Which
you do know that we're actually not recording, just talking to yourself at the moment.
Oh yeah, I'm not even wearing headphones. I'm not even in front of a computer. I'm just in a padded room.
Excellent. So how about you, Jimmy? Have you been doing anything fun?
Fun things. Yeah, I built and painted myself a bounty hunter for Mordheim. And
that's a glorious model.
I will share it on our own Instagram eventually. It's only up on my own, the Phoenician. But
there's a link in the show notes.
Yes. Other than that, I have been doing some progress on my Middenheimers, but I'm still going pretty slow.
Yeah, but at least you don't do stupid things and pledge them for the monthly challenge, do you?
I did pledge for one challenge, I think. I don't remember. You can't use my own words against me.
No, I'm going to use my own words against me because I just posted the July challenge yesterday, which was just 3 days late at the time of recording. But the challenge for July is a chariot for your edition and army of choice. And then you go a bit further down in brackets. Oh, and for those who still need that extra catch-up time, go ahead, Chris, finish your second bolt thrower in brackets.
That's great.
So meta.
Yeah, but I saw that last month when we had a catch-up month, loads of people were just, I'm going to finish this that I didn't get to finish 3 months back. So I figured it's a summer. People might have more time. People might have less time due to the ongoing plague that we have all over the world.
In the Backstreet Boys tour. What was the tour? Yeah, the Backstreet Boys tour.
Yeah, well, that's what caused it all. We also do have the Backstreet Boys challenge. I can't speak. I've been taking too many painkillers today, but that doesn't keep me from trying. But we have the Battle Standard Bearer challenge that ends on the 15th of this month.
Yeah.
So we have to remind people. I've seen some people.
I still have time to finish my Battle Standard Bearer then. Excellent.
And if anyone heard that, there was probably a moped or something else going by with a slightly illegal silencer muffler on it, because that's how people roll here. Yeah, but the 15th for Battle Standard Challenge, I know that some people have posted them already, and if you can, please repost them when the entrance thread goes up, because that's what makes it easier for us to actually find them. But we are going to look through the old threads as well, just to make sure we can get all of the entries. So, do anyone have any plans for hobbying? Because since we're not gaming this summer, not much at least.
Yes, painting a dwarf army, which should be easy, seeing that they are very few of them.
Yeah. A lot of metals too.
Oh yeah, all metal. I got my cousin left me like all of his old dwarf stuff, and I sold some of it that I wasn't going to use, and I just kept the good sweet metal bits.
Mm-mm.
So it's going to be like 1,000 points of metal dwarfs until I find a good deal on some more metal dwarfs. Then it'll be 2,000 points.
I just think you should buy approximately 1,721 points of Slayers.
Interesting.
And oddly specific.
Yes, it's almost like someone here has exactly that amount of Slayers to sell.
Yeah, and that is without any upgrades, so it's regular Troll Slayers, most of them, not Giant Slayers. So you can actually get about 2,500 points out of that force if you upgrade everything properly.
That is a good deal.
Yeah. So we have been thinking, while I still remember it, that we need to update our reference for how much things cost. Because when we started this podcast, I think people remember, we were costing things in how many High Elf battalions you could buy for the same price. High Elf battalions...
For some reason, for some reason, they skyrocketed in price after our show.
Yeah, a High Elf battalion is now worth about 3 to 4 times more than what it was when we started.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Broke the economy.
Elflation.
Yeah. So we're going to change it over to the going rate for a Lumineth AOS Battle Tome, the one in the Lumineth box, on Tradera at the moment, and that is 60 kroners, which is slightly less than half of High Elf battalion when we started, but it should be easy enough to count with.
Works for me.
So that means you could probably get how many Lumineth Battle Tomes for Lumineth starter set? 10, about 22 starter tomes, right? Math is not my strong suit.
It's reasonable.
As we mentioned in our previous recording with the higher special, I'm really, really wanting those Dawn Riders so I can mod them a bit and use them as silver helms.
Wow, that's gonna look so cool.
Jimmy, do you have any ongoing conversion projects now, or are you just chilling while you wait for further inspiration?
I've been trying to build myself a town crier for Mordheim, which is like, it's not a special character. It's like more of an NPC, which can turn up during scenarios and ruin things for the players. It's like random things. So I just need to find some inspiration to finish this model off, or just kick the project off. Other than that, I really should keep painting my Middenheimers. I really should. So nothing new on the horizon, so to say.
You could just pledge one of the units as a special choice for this month's challenge.
Maybe that could be the Teutogen Guard, if anything.
Do it.
We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. But there is
Fair enough.
one thing that recently came up. I have been invited to play a Warhammer Fantasy Tournament, rather friendly tournament, but the thing is, it's 8th edition, and I'm not that good at 8th edition, and we all know we really don't like playing Magic the Gathering.
Indeed, but you have asked some help from people down under that do understand the importance of land management.
So it might happen that I will participate in playing this 8th edition tournament. I expect nothing. I expect to have fun, but I expect nothing. It's kind of the same thing. It's not fun if it's anything. But I think I will attend to the tournament and report from there, because there's 2 people from home who's going there, and I mean, why not? It's like a 45-minute car drive, so I can take photos and interview people and everything. This will take place in August, I think.
Yeah, let's hope everything can go ahead at that point.
Yeah.
so everyone can be safe and sound and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I did check if there's alcohol allowed on the venue, but it's not. So everyone's going to be sober and miserable.
yeah,
I mean,
so-
have you ever met anyone happy when they're sober?
Have you ever met anyone happy when they're playing 8th edition?
No.
Sober.
I'm going to ask, how often do you meet someone that's actually generally happy in general?
Depends on
Every
if
time I
they're
look
Moving
myself
on.
in the mirror.
moving on. Yeah, but it sounds like you have to be our field reporter for that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it, I think.
Yeah. If anyone wondered, we are going to have Krell here, so we could just babble inanely about the fall of the Roman Empire was caused by Beastmen, which is a small snippet out of the Beastman special that is not going to be released. He mentioned that 3 times in that recording. That is not the reason why it's not being released. I just want to mention that. I can say that all of us are, well, most of us are starting to feel the lure from another game at this moment as well, which is bad, but we're not going to go into that, I think.
Not me.
You.
No, but you have like 18 games on the go anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm not perfect.
We're going to just continue the silence after that, I think.
We can just end there.
Yeah. I'm just going to end there, and I'm going to paste in the little clip about Griffin balls at that point.
That's all I need.
I'm sitting here and being slightly annoyed because I picked up the wrong box of Shadow Warriors from the shelf. This one does not have any legs in it, so I can't really build a model. Unless I want to build it by half torsos and arms and a fuckload of heads.
I have a question for you guys. Have you managed to get any gaming going on recently?
Nope, not at all. I'm living on the hope that if I have enough painted armies, then some guy will just drop by and I will be like, "Ooh, I got like 4 painted 6th edition armies. You want to maybe have a game?"
So you're gonna build it, and they will come with less amount of racist undertones.
Yes, that is what I hope.
Sorry, I can't do it the Northern Heresy way.
Uncut is best.
Must say, I love when I listen to Northern Heresy and just start going, Linus, and Linus is just...
I'm going to record again tomorrow with the Linus, so there'll be a lot of that.
Yeah. I just love the unpretentious and just, I can't be bothered editing this at all style.
No, it's too much of a hassle.
Yeah. So what we have planned for the future is, since we have been asked to have guests back because they are more charismatic and actually talk about something interesting, we are going to have a War of the Beard special sooner rather than later, because we have done the Dwarf special, we've done the Higher special, so it's a natural step forward.
Yes.
And speaking of specials, we're going to have a spin-off series as well, Jimmy.
Yes. Soon, the first episode for our spin-off special, The Town Crier, our Mordheim special, is going to take place.
I just love that show because I'm not involved. I don't have to do anything with it.
Smile and wave.
You don't even have to listen.
Well, I might have to do that just to make sure. See that the proper amount of me is mentioned in it, and in a good way. Yeah, but how about we talk a bit about the May challenge, which was terrain or core unit, right?
Yeah. So we can start off with your piece.
Amazing.
Did I finish that in May? No, I didn't. I finished that one in June.
You started during May.
Yeah, that's true. I started in May, but I needed more time. But yeah, I love that dragon piece.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, when you were over halfway through, it's like this would do fine as it is on a gaming board. And then you just kept going and going and going. It's like, this is so good.
Yeah, and I found another dragon, so I'm gonna build a second piece.
Ooh.
But this one is I've been talking it over with our guest from the last episode, and we decided on maybe it should be like they're carving it out of a mountain and count this as a rocky crag / peak from the Alfred Nagaroth. Yeah. So it's going to be halfly carved out, and then going to have some tools and scaffolding and stuff like that.
Very cool.
And not to forget to mention, Niklas actually finished his Battle Standard Bearer for it in May.
Yeah, right in time, with some time to spare.
True enough, even though he enters out of competition. But it's nice to see someone
Yeah.
actually finishing one. But in May, we had the main theme was terrain, and actually got quite a lot of decent terrain, let's say.
Yeah, I saw the Empire house that Henry Steele painted. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. There was a watchtower by Joshua. I don't think he posted the finished thing on our page, but I've seen on his own page for the Crown Command podcast and in his battle reports, he have been using the finished painting thing.
Nice. And we had Ted. He posted some really nice classic greenskin huts made from Pringles cans and fur.
Yeah.
And that's the old school way to do it. It's really lovely.
Yeah. I remember our old gaming club had those kind of orc huts everywhere. It's like, yes, this is the good stuff.
Yeah. Ted also did move on to finish a Goblin Wolf Chariot in May, a special choice, which was the alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looked really cool.
Yeah.
And then we had Liam, who created great hammers instead of great swords.
Oh, yeah.
Emil, who created a entire set or several sets of standing stones and what do you call them? To make him like an Ogham circle or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, like
created
a stone circle for
Yeah.
Albion.
it's really nice. It's good to see people just get inspiration and do some proper scenery pieces.
I saw some one of the latest Age of Sigmar sceneries were used for Tomb Kings of Khemri scenery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with the
Cascade of
pillars?
Souls on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pillars up and they put the Cascade of Souls up in the middle.
Yeah,
Works
that's good.
Smooth.
fine as a hill when you're playing down in the Hekara.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you can choose not to put all the weird stuff on that
Yeah.
kit.
It was like you could magnetize the pillars so you can remove them when you move units up onto it, or just don't put the pillars on at all.
Yeah. And it's nice to see people adapting scenery pieces. I think that was during the Warhammer Hobby Roundup live stream where they had someone who bought 4 of those Seraphon/Lizardmen cigarettes and built a massive cigarette.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because you can just piece them together like that because that's how the kit is built. Which is,
Very cool.
yeah, it gives a bit of another dimension to Battlefield for sure. And then we had Graham who built and painted 20 Phoenix Guard. And this is what I can see on Facebook because I haven't Instagram open. But if I don't have anything to mention from Instagram, please do.
I don't have my iPad anywhere close, so sorry.
Another terrain piece on Instagram is a throne with an undead king on top of it, built by the it's what was it called?
Oh, right. That's the White King
Yeah.
that's still available for Age of Sigmar, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been looking at that model because the model is really nice, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's got a lot of potential, or you just feel it as it is. Wasn't there one who painted a unit of 2 Togen Guard, or no, was it Wolf Warriors?
I see there's some people that made some nice tents as well.
Oh yeah, the handmade tents or the plastic tents?
These ones were handmade ones, I think.
I saw some of the plastic tents too. I
And
don't-
Late Night Painting did some nice plastic tents that painted up and made terrain pieces, like a camp for Empire soldiers.
because I know there's a Napoleonics company that makes tents and everything for campsites. Works quite well for Empire or any fantasy army as well, if they're human based, that is.
Yeah. Or you could just do it the Bretonia way and have large pavilions for the knights and a blanket for the peasants.
A blanket?
If they're lucky.
You sleep on the ground.
You don't sleep on the ground, you sleep in the ground.
In the mud.
We're we've decided, and tonight we're going to use all your blankets to reinforce the walls of our pavilion. It's a bit cold.
You need a
something.
blanket. What will my horse wear?
How am I going to get
Huzzah!
my fire going? Throw more peasants on it.
Yeah, I've been watching the series The Great on HBO. It's pretty
Me
much.
too.
It would fit really well to be set in Britannia.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just give them more lances, and it's good to go.
Yeah, and just have them yell "Huzzah!" all of the time. So June. Do we have anything for June? Anyone knows? I do, because I finished something in June. I finished 2 things in June.
Did.
I don't even know, man.
I finished 2.5 things because I am halfway done with my bolt thrower, second bolt thrower actually. And if anyone wants to know, the statue on my statue, the golden dude, is half of a dragon prince and half of a sea guard, because people have been asking. That was what I finished, and when I finish stuff, no one else does, it seems.
Yeah, that's true.
So we got the High Elf Griffin Rider from Ted, finished in June.
Yeah, we have a Dwarf Lord from Ramon, finished.
Yep.
Converted from the limited edition special Battle Standard Bearer.
Yes, which feels like a waste for that Standard Bearer, actually.
Nah, I actually like it when people remove the standard and give him an axe or a hammer, but
it
it
looked
looks
really good.
cooler
But,
when he's carrying a standard. He does, but
and Krister posted a Captain of the Empire, since one of the challenges was either a catch-up monster or a special character, which is why people posted characters, which is nice. And Ted's Griffin was the plastic Island of Blood Griffin Rider, which I'm actually considering painting up because I have one. I'm not going to use it, but I have one. Maybe I should put the new Eltharion model on it, just fill him out a bit so he's not.
Yeah.
do it.
And I'm mainly saying that because I have taken the torso and head of that rider and put him on a dragon, so I don't have any rider for it. Yeah, but do we have anything else to mention from the challenges? Anyone know? Anyone?
We have an Empire Captain 2 on Instagram, and just there he is by Crystal Ball Miniatures. Converted from an Empire Captain that was available in Finecast. I think he had a hammer over his shoulder and was pointing a pistol at the enemy. He converted this one and gave him a sword and a shield instead.
Nice. And I'm currently trying to find it on Instagram.
Just look on Old World Lives Monthly. No, it's not on the monthly thing. He just if you go to hashtag Old World,
I found it. So he put a shield instead of the pistol, right?
Of the hammer. He has the hammer in right arm and he's pointing the left arm forward with the pistol. I think that model is still available.
It was available a while ago, at least, but you never know. There's some purges every now and then.
Yeah,
but that's the same. Yeah, that's the same person who made the little White King diorama, the terrain piece.
Cool.
Yep. And I've seen some people that have uploaded pledges for next month, or well, this month, and it's going to be good pieces as well, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I have orcs and goblins. I really should have a chariot or two to do for this month, but yeah.
You really should have a chariot or two for this month, given that the chariot was your idea.
Yeah. That too. I kind of traded away my wolf chariots.
And we actually did have, because I checked our email again, because I knew we had gotten an email a few days ago, and it's a really lovely war dancer hero. And yeah, it's gorgeous. Have you guys seen this one?
Yeah, I saw it. It's cool. Real classic.
Yeah, I've got the, what is it, 5th ed Woodhouse or late 4th ed, but
I think it's the
I
5th.
got some stuff. Yeah, I got some stuff for the early ones as well. Some hunting dogs and like a beast handler that I'm gonna do something with.
So are you actually pledging for this month then?
Yeah, yes.
You know, Jens,
Yes, because there's no repercussions if I don't finish.
if you look in the what's it called, the Ravening Hordes book, they have Wood Elf chariots.
Yeah, but that model is fucking expensive, I can
Yeah,
tell you.
I know.
Yeah, but what you have for the July challenge, so we have it in the episode as well, is you either paint a chariot if you don't have a chariot in your army, like if you play dwarves or you really don't want a chariot.
No, wait, Skaven have chariots.
Well, you could
Because
possibly,
screaming.
yeah, you could possibly count the grudge bearer as a chariot as well, even though he's powered by dwarves.
The Bretonians don't have a chariot.
No, and the Wood Elves don't if you don't use the Ravening Hordes book. So,
Yeah.
but if you do use 8th edition, you could technically have a flying chariot if you play High Elves.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, we don't know. But I really want the model. So if anyone has a lead on a Skycopter, please send in to the show. This is a shameless ask. But if you don't have a chariot, you can do a special unit with the usual requirements. And if you don't want to do a special unit, since it's the summer and as we mentioned, it's still a play going on, people might have more time or less time, depending on what you work with. I have all the time because that's just me. I wish I had more to do. But you can also use this as a catch-up time and finish projects that you have started before and never really gotten to finish. So that's why I'm looking at other projects so I don't have to finish what I've started.
I mean, we really should pile up our ongoing projects and take photos of them and show people all the things we're actually working on.
Yes.
Or what we're procrastinating, that is.
We should.
Yeah, I have an Empire army that's been in boxes for a year now. And
Yeah.
that's like the least shameful thing that I own.
Yeah, then you have the real dolls.
Oh yeah, those are not unopened.
But you could use that as an opponent when you're playing.
True. I might get distracted though.
Fair enough. And moving on. But hopefully we can all get games in together sooner rather than later, depending on how everything works out. But we have done this podcast for 2 years now.
Huzzah!
And like everyone might have noticed, the quality of all episodes depends on how prepared we are for the content.
Exactly.
Episode we didn't prepare at all.
We prepared week, damn it.
We do prepare sometimes, but sometimes we start recording and it's just while we record, it might either sound like we're having really fun or we're just doing this, but it do sound a bit different when we actually edit it.
It also depends on how much we're drinking. I'm only on my second beer.
Oh, I'm like halfway through my first. I need to get going.
Yeah, as I have a migraine today, I don't drink at all. So even though I try to be more talkative, it doesn't really work when even my own voice brings me pain. #emo.
Well, your voice, if your voice could bring pain to people, you could be like a Warhammer wizard or something, like the word of pain spell.
Oh yeah, the word of pain in Mordheim.
Yeah.
So
high casting cost.
Speaking of wizards, I am thinking I am making a Shadow Warrior wizard for my army, or based on Shadow Warrior.
And that is love for that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of not giving him high magic, but something more fitting, like shadow magic.
So cool. Yes.
Because as we all know, if you model a wizard that it looks like it uses a certain lore of magic, you should probably use that lore of magic for him.
Yes. This does remind me of a fantasy army that I saw once in 7th edition fantasy. It was vampire counts, and the vampire was none other than Dracula from Castlevania. So he only used lore of fire because in the games he always throws fireballs at you when you're facing him. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was really something. And he tried to make all units into some kind of enemy from the game.
Nice.
It was really nice. So the giant bats, they were flying Medusa heads.
Cool.
Yeah, and I just wish that I took pictures of this army. It was like ages ago.
And the good thing is, it's not really immersion breaking either, because a lot of the vampires in the Warhammer lore are nuts and build stuff for their own armies. Yeah, but what do you think? Should I do like a shadow mage, or should he be something more akin to a nature mage or some kind?
Shadow.
Or you could do mix depending on what kind of army you face, because they do have the knowledge. He just needs to prepare with which spell with him.
As I mentioned in the higher special, they can use high magic or any of the 8 lores of magic.
So initially, I think Lore of Shadows would fit really nice.
I was thinking of because it's going to have like an outstretched hand. I'm thinking of doing some OSL from his fingertips, like it starts to cast a spell.
Oh.
So that
yes, it's always hard to get OSL right, because you need the nature of the whole miniature in when you do this. Regarding, since what I've seen from your other elves, they have really great darker tones rather than the usual like comic-esque painting that GW does. So OSL would look great if the model itself is slightly darker. So I'm all for it.
Since he's going to be part of the Shadow Warrior Ranger part of the army, is probably going to be painted something similar to the crew on the Bolt Throwers and the Shadow Warriors. It's going to have a green cloak at least. But maybe I'm going to do some freehand on the inside to make it a bit more detailed, so it looks like he has a fancier cloak.
Yeah, I actually found my Shadow Warrior spruce at home, so I do plan to build another Elf Ranger from Mordheim for a friend.
Nice. The last one was perfect.
Thank you.
I love the harp on the old one.
I hope to build a harp on this one as well. I want to do something quite very much alike it, just another pose. So I might do some cutting and fitting and use the arms with the flaming arrows and flaming bows.
From the Sisters of Avalon.
Yeah, just the pose with proper arms or proper hands for the arrows and bows.
That could work.
No flames. No flame again.
I don't really like those modeled flames on those bows.
I wish it was optional, like the flame eyes on the what's it called, the big bird for the high elves in 8th edition.
The Phoenix.
Yeah, it would be much better if those pieces were optional too.
Yeah. How about buying a Tyrion? Because I just found a Warhammer Fantasy High Elves Tyrion out of production in metal on Tradera. Still in plastic wrap.
What's the price?
I'm gonna do the math, and we're gonna see how many books it is.
And I'm back.
Welcome back, Jens. Tell me what you're building.
Squigs.
Nice.
It's about
Plastic squigs. Yes.
It's about 13.3 luminous battle tomes.
Nice.
So 800 kroners. I'm glad I already have mine, and it's primed but not painted.
Tyrion is still today one of my most favorite high elf models out there.
Yeah, that's a great model.
Yeah, and his base, I remember how in shock I was when there was a dead dark elf on it. It was like, oh, this is so cool. What if he's facing like chaos? What is the dark elf doing there then? Is it a chaos dark elf?
No, he just brings a dark elf to impale on his base where he goes. It's a lovely model. It's a bit hard to play him since he's on a monster base.
Yeah, he can join cavalry units, but he can be singled out.
Yeah, he technically can join an infantry unit as well, but why would you do that? Yeah, and he's a beast on the table.
He sure is.
Like mentioned in the higher special, he's got a movement of 5, a weapon skill of 9, a ballistic skill of 7, a strength 4, toughness 3, of course, because it's an elf.
Yeah.
4 wounds, initiative 10, attacks 4 attacks, and leadership of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we have his horse.
Pretty good.
His horse that could technically double up as a general in most armies. Got a movement of 10, Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 0, strength 4, toughness 3, wounds 3, initiative 5, attacks 2, and leadership 7.
That's the same leadership as a Night Goblin War Boss.
Yep. So it's a really cool. It's got a cool model. It's got cool rules. There's probably a reason why him and his brother was used as examples on why you couldn't use special characters in any events in 6th Ed.
Yeah.
Aren't those guys?
Yeah. Since he got that 1+ armor save and a 4+ ward save, and is immune to flammable attacks. And yes, I did have the book on the desk this time. I didn't have it during the recording of the High Elf special. Yeah, speaking of Mordheim, I really do need to start some Mordheim terrain, I think.
You should. A great start is like scattered terrain, like small wells, fountains, and things like that. And twist it. There's one part in the rule book where there's like a statue holding a huge urn, and it's supposed to pour water from it, but it's just worms, huge icky worms that's pouring from the opening.
Yeah, that sounds lovely, doesn't it?
And in the PC game, there are wells where water is flowing backwards.
Yeah. Well, if it got hit by a half nuke, half warping magic stone,
Yeah.
it will change reality.
Speaking
it should
of
change it.
I played 2 games today of Mordheim,
Ooh.
and it was hilarious.
How
I'm
did
gonna
it go?
talk a bit about the game. It was so goddamn bloody. Played the game Ambush, where the player with the highest rating is standing in the middle of the board, and they're supposed to enter, or no, they're supposed to exit from any of the any of the edges, and the other players is supposed to stop this player from taking all the warpstone shards out that they're carrying. Each hero in the attacker warband, which is in the middle, have D3 word stones on them. So, and I was the player in the middle. I had 13 stones with my witch hunters.
Wow.
Yeah, and we all went headstrong. Usually, we're all gentlemen when we play, but it was like he's carrying so many stones. He's had so much luck during the past game, so we're gonna gang up on him. So I was facing a warband of Possessed and Reichlanders, and I was facing those 2 warbands myself. So it was kind of tough. It ended up with me winning. I managed to carry all the stones on my 3 heroes that survived the game. All other models in my warband was gone. 3 heroes, and of course my bounty hunter was along. He was one of the survivors, so I had 4 models in total. The Cult of the Possessed were down to 1 model out of 14, I think. And the Reichlanders had 2 guys out of 10 or 11, I think, surviving. And there were like 5 heroes in total died permanently after the game.
Damn.
And like we all went, okay, we're gonna do this, where we'll like leave no ground and ask for none. So yeah, it was so bloody. I lost like all my flagellants and my zealots, and my best witch hunter died, of course. While one of the surviving witch hunters carried 8 stones in total, so he killed 4 times after the game.
Ooh.
And after the game, he now have strength 4, 3 wounds, and 3 attacks. So he's
pretty dodgy guy.
And he's carrying a sword, a shield, and a crossbow. So he's armed for both ranged and close combat.
Nice.
But I know that the guy who played the Cult of the Possessed, he got kind of cranky at me because my dice rolls were like from out of this world. It's like Ronald and Sigmar were both on my side today because I were supposed to take 3 saves from daggers. I rolled 3 6s.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like, this doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen. The following turn, I took another dagger save, and the turn after that, another dagger save. So I've been living on these scraps of luck, so to say. Because in the beginning of the game, I lost so many of my warriors. It's like they started like dying from left to right, and eventually I just had to play smart, and it worked out in the end, as I got all the 13 shards out. But yeah, it was a tough road to get there.
Sounds like a fun game, though.
It was.
Is anyone starting a new warband after that, or are you still rolling with the same ones?
We're still rolling with the same ones. I took the heaviest losses, but I also have the gold to replenish my ranks. The Reikland player lost
13 rare stones. Gonna be
and
a lot
plus
of money.
I had in stash, plus the ones I found after the game, so I had a total of 21 warpstone shards. It's like, yeah, I'm selling 7 for 110 gold and keeping the rest, and I already had 150 gold in my stash, so I have the gold to replenish my ranks.
Rich man.
Yeah, but still I keep my item limits on my warriors low. The Cult of the Possessed player, he lost a lot of his minions, but all his heroes survived the game. So I think he's gonna play the smart game in his next game and route as quickly as he can, unless everything turns up in his favor, of course. As his warband is like now, it's Magister, 2 mutants, 1 possessed, a beastman hero, and 1 brethren, I think. And he had enough gold to maybe save them or buy another warlock hired sword. And the Reiklander, he's got a lot of crossbows, of course. He only
This sounds really nice. I need to play again.
Yes.
When we can travel properly again, and which means when I've gotten my driver's license and can actually travel without going by train.
Yeah, because going by train right now it's time consuming and it's bad.
It was annoying before the pandemic. It is,
But now you risk dying of the plague.
Well, it did risk dying by getting stuck in the middle of nowhere and have to form a society and live in the woods. But that was the annoyance before. Yeah, but I'm also still thinking of doing that gladiator warband, the pit fighters. They need to work.
I've been looking into them, and for a starting warband, max out heroes, of course. I'm not sure of styles just yet. At least 1 normal pit fighter and 2 of these the more agile ones. Or skip the normal pit fighter and only use the agile ones for the beginning starting warband, because the others they will be great when they become heroes with their skill. Is it like if they pass an initiative test, the enemy counts as have failed their charge?
Oh, well, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It's a really great ability, and it's like if this skill is on a hero, he can use it over and over again. He can like run up using sprint and whatever and ruin enemy charges all the time until the rest of the warband comes in to smash the faces in on the other guys.
Yeah, I am going to sacrifice one of my slayers for that list as well.
Nice.
I have a few that I can pick up.
You could if you want to, because slayers look kind of cool when they're equipped out of the normal natures, like when you don't have axes. Give him mace, give him a punching dagger. Now that's something.
I'm thinking that the pit fighter is probably usually locked up between bouts and when they're not fighting. I do have 7 Doomseekers.
Oh, the Doomseekers are a great model to base.
Yeah, the chains.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They are locked up, so they have the chains anyway. But
Yeah,
we'll
because
see.
I've seen people talking about using like what some people call unfluffy weapons on slayers But in my eyes, in Mordheim, you're not a uniformed army. You don't have to carry the weapons that you normally would. Like take a warrior priest of Sigmar, for example. He's really good if you give him a sword and a pistol, for example.
Yeah.
So why not give a slayer a spear if you're playing old classic Mordheim? If you're using the revised rules, spears are bad for dwarves because in the revised rules, the spears makes the shards model strike in initiative order rather than first. In the first rules, if you carry a spear and get charged, you strike first, just like that, which is really good to have on a slayer.
Oh, yeah. But I've seen people trying to argue that you shouldn't give a hammer to a slayer either for some reason.
It's like hammers are cool.
Hammer is the signature weapon of Snorri Nosebiter. He has a hammer and an axe. So I mean, why bother? Just it doesn't fit your specific version of you or something. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do, and then I need to, since you can take an ogre, I really have to convert up an ogre as well.
Yeah, and there's nice ogre kits to use. You could either use the one that I used when I converted one for my friend, which is the Blood Bowl ogre, or you could use the one from the Iron Golems from Warcry, giving him prop hands, of course.
Yeah. Or I might know someone that owns a ninja man-eater. So
Ooh.
that's the best thing is you can just, since it's a single model, that you can make as good looking as you want. So you see what happens.
Yeah.
Or I'd make him the Pit Fighter team's medic and use an old metal butcher.
Medic, so to say.
Yeah. Maybe just the people
kind of like in 40k with the docs for the orcs. Orcs don't show that they're in pain because they don't want to go to the doctor. They know what happens when the doctor finds out that they are in pain.
Yep. If you're lucky, you get an upgraded arm.
If you're unlucky, you have a toothache and end up with mechanical lungs.
Yep.
This happened to me in Gorka Morka. I'm gonna fix my head. I got iron lungs. Yay me.
It would be lovely if that game came back. Or a lot of the old weird games. Or just War Master. I just want War Master to preface it with wanting other games back. But I want War Master. That's all I really want.
Do we know anyone who plays War Master?
I do.
Only Americans, no Swedes.
Because we need to have a War Master special sometime.
Yeah, I haven't played it for like 15 years at this point. So we need someone. If anyone that is really into War Master listens to this, write in and we might just have someone that knows what they're talking about for a special. Also, seriously, looking for some reason, I decided that the Shadow Warrior legs won't really do it for the mage as a base because they got the plate mail on and not really the pose I want. So I'm gonna do maybe Corsair legs for them.
Oh, the long boots.
Yeah, because the Shadow Warriors got long boots anyway, but then they got an armored skirt, basically. And I'm thinking long boots and then tights and whatever they got on. So obviously I went to look at the Dawn Riders again on the GW website. And I still don't really know why they only have one leg attached to the base for the horse.
Maybe they will start selling like a repair kit for just a few pounds. For when you inevitably break that leg on the horse.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the Dawn Riders don't even have the strategically placed strands of wheat as Eltarion have. Or like the Eltarion have. Because he got strategically placed wheat to hold up his cape.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I found a second scabbard.
Did you when you play in the Realm of Death or something? Do they have wheat in the Realm of Death?
Yeah, they got death wheat. You see? It's in
Makes
the name.
sense.
Got the death wheat. Or Nagashith. Because they put the Nagash in everything.
It's a working title.
Yeah. It doesn't really make sense that horses have one foot on the ground, does it?
I played enough Backpacker 2 as a young boy to know that horses should have like 2 feet on the ground at all times? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. But I reckon a small bit of strategic cutting and green stuffing should make them.
Yeah.
Because
Make them have all 4 feet on the ground at all times.
You mean like proper good old horses?
Jetpacks.
Yes.
Jetpacks? Did you say jetpacks?
Jetpacks.
Fair enough.
And give them jetpacks.
Yeah.
Wings.
But I really like these models. They will look great in slightly modded in a sixted
They
paint
will look
scheme.
great high.
This means I need to paint up more of my reavers as well to make a fully mounted army.
Oh no.
But don't worry, I don't have anything that can represent a dragon prince.
Yet.
True. Well, I do if we counter dragon princes from the War of the Beard list.
I just realized how long the spears are on the Lumineth Realm Lords.
Yeah, 3 inches, right?
Yeah, I did. Didn't I send that image in the chat the other day when I had?
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it.
So I had a 3-inch widget, and that's the length of the spear from the hand to the tip.
Wow.
So you can technically claim they're pikes and not spears in Sixted.
I'm gonna head out and hit the sauna.
Oh.
Sounds like a terrible idea, but have fun.
So we're supposed to round it off then. I don't know. What else can we talk about, Chris?
What else? What have we been talking about this month?
Absolutely nothing.
Like picking things up from the air, trying to get content.
Yeah, but we've been vamping up for this for a few days. Oh, we're gonna record. We're gonna record on Friday, Saturday. We're gonna record. And when we finally do it, we have nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's the general mood more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's not a strong live GW enforced franchise anymore. So we're not getting new models. We're not getting new rules. I mean, unless we prepare for stuff that's already existed for the last 20 years, what new stuff have we got to talk about?
Yeah, it's only if we get into certain topics like we talked about a bit about Mordheim or conversions, then it works. But this is going to be better once I cut it and remove all the silences, so it actually sounds like we're having a conversation and not just...
And me.
We need to silence someone. Silence Jens!
Please do.
No, we know you. You know we love you.
Oh, I know.
And hopefully we'll get the game in sooner rather than later.
Yes. One day.
It's been too long, but certain circumstances might make it longer. We never know.
Yeah, I go on vacation in August. I'll come visit you.
Sounds
and
good.
We can play.
If worst comes to worst, we can play outside if it's good enough weather. So it will work. So let's talk about upcoming content. We have a War of the Beard special on the go, or that will be recorded.
And we really should sit down, at least Niklas and I, because we're the ones been talking about doing the Middenland episode. So time to do some reading, learn a bit how the list works, and just go on with it.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
and
we also help me revitalize my energy for painting them.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Have you settled for a scheme yet, or is it just the I don't really want to paint these because I don't really know how to paint them yet?
I settled for a scheme. It's like the classic Middenland scheme. So it's gonna be red barding on the white wolf horses. My state troopers will have whites and blues mixed in them, like the test painting model I did before. I actually have the armor, the clothes and the skin finished on 20 guys. It's like I just gotta do the belts, the armor, and the hair, and the bases, of course. And then they're finished. It's like it's not much left to do, but it just feels like it's gonna take forever. But once I just sit down and do it, it's like two or three more painting sessions during a movie or something. Then they're done.
Yeah, I know the feeling of not having the drive to paint certain things. The painting slump is real sometimes.
I have a friend of mine. He lives in Stockholm, and he's always asking me how it's going with my with my Middenheimers, as he is currently painting up a Blood Dragons army based on the Appendix army. So he's fielding a lot of Graveguard and Black Knights, and he's only using the classic 5th and 6th edition models for his force.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I might wanna come on and talk about the army sometime. Like that's something that we should do. Army showcase, but talking about them with the owners and posting army pictures of their armies on our Instagram.
To be fair, we could also do it for YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
And like having edit the gallery.
Yeah. Well, now we have some upcoming content there as well. At least some ideas.
Also, this talk about the painting slump has actually made me think about asking the listeners for tips and tricks on how they deal with going into a painting slump. If they, what you do, how you think, what gets you out of it, and do you just push through and paint anyway, or do you take a break, or do you do another project, or write in, our emails and Facebooks and everything.
Let us know, because me myself, when painting feels like a chore, I just start a new project. So, yeah, help us out, please.
I think that's actually quite a good topic now that people have had more time to paint, or more time to neglect painting and just doing anything else, because you can't really make yourself sit at a painting desk for an hour.
Because recently, because of our rules in Sweden regarding this whole thing, we have been able to play games and meet up, except not as often as we want to, or as wide as we want to. But I have a player base here in my town, so I've been playing a lot of games when possible. So that's been my escape from painting armies instead.
Yeah, and this has obviously been done with, so I have to mention it, with caution and with protection, because you're not just going to go up, hug, and then poke each other in the nose and stuff like that, or whatever it is people do, because people in some places on this planet are really stupid when it comes to the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I know that they've been opening up in England or in the UK, the restrictions as well, so you can play at least in the garden, have like a garden party with game. And I'd love to have that if I only knew anyone that lived close enough that I didn't have to travel to another city to play with them. So that's been my problem with not getting any games or anything in, because we know you shouldn't travel, so we don't. We know you shouldn't go out in public too often, so we don't. That's just how it is. Well, I'm going to challenge myself. I am going to have, I'm mentioning it here, because this is far enough into an episode that people might not want to listen anymore, because I've been droning on for way too long. But I am going to have 2,000 points painted high elves at Christmas.
Nice.
Maybe if I'm going to say New Year's, because I might have to finish them over Christmas, depending on how much I have to do during autumn when it comes back, goes back to university. But I'm going to challenge myself. I should be able to get 2,000 points finished.
I'm gonna say I will do the same with my Middenheimers. I've done it before. I can obviously do it again, but I think this is the kind of push that I might need to have a real deadline. So during my time off from work between Christmas and New Year's, I might come for a visit if your army is finished, and we'll have a game.
Sounds like a plan.
Empire versus High Elves.
Maybe we can rope some of the other ones in and just hope that it's okay to do that at that point, which we will do, because that's why we paint the armies at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to push through. We're going to do this. And I promise it won't only be dragons to fill out 2,000 points. Maybe.
I promise there will be a lot of horses.
So you're just going to do a cavalry bash then? Fine.
I might at least have 2 units of knights, because, Ulrich is the
Why not?
thing.
I realized, given my luck with mages in all of the times we played for the podcast, they always manage to roll so they burn out the magic. That is. I should give them a magic ranged weapon, which you can do.
Yes.
You can't give them a mundane one, but you can give them a magic one. That's in one of the FAQs for people that don't know. So I might just give a mage the Reaver Bow.
Ooh.
Reaver Bow, 40 points. Seems like a waste of 40 points, but you may shoot 3 times in each shooting phase with strength 5 hits.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's nice.
If you take the Archmage, you can take the other bow, which is even better.
You have 2 bows that you can use.
Yeah, you got the Reaver Bow, which is the strength 5, 3 shot. And you got the Bow of the Seafarer, which is the same effect as a single shot bolt thrower. And you can stand and shoot with it.
Wow.
So you got a 1 strength 6 shot rank penetrator and 13-inch range.
Cool.
I've put that on like a lord that's on a dragon just to have something. Because it's still 60 points. You get a bolt thrower for 100. Yeah, but this is what we're going to have planned. And if anyone else have anything that they think we should talk about, write in. We are going to continue doing army specials. We just need to find the right person to talk to. Because we've noticed also that it helps to have someone that really knows what they're talking about and not just read up on everything ourselves or don't know anything.
Yeah. People have experience with these armies.
Yeah.
It's always good to have first-hand experience because we don't have the time to build and paint or playtest all armies out there. We kind of niche into our chosen fields. I mean, Jens and I could obviously take the Orcs and Goblins army together sometime because we both play greenskins, and I play greenskins during all editions.
Yeah, it's like me with High Elves and Dark Elves. I play both armies. But when it comes to Wood Elves, we probably should have someone else on because I have a small amount of knowledge of Wood Elves currently, and I haven't played Wood Elves since the book was released in 6th edition.
So if you know someone or know a lot about a certain army yourself, let us know and come on and talk about it with us.
Yes. That sounds like a plan. We might have to recruit an Australian as well because I got an idea.
Oh.
The big bald one.
Oh. It went from oh to oh. Sorry, Renee.
I guess he built it lighter when he hear how we describe him.
Yeah.
But I guess he knows. I think he knows by now. Yeah, but thank you for listening to this episode, and see you in the next one that's hopefully not as unbearable.
Yeah, and remember, everyone, stay square.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll talk to you another day, guys. Bye-bye.